I think this video, it's a one of the video that will make people angry at me. Is the video that will make people insult me more. Uh, because today I'm going to be very, very much controversial, because I want to talk about something, and something that has been brewing around South Africa. Yes, something that has been brewing, and I want us to come together and discuss it. Please do not feel afraid to comment it on the comment section down below. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. Let's Talk Africa. This is your brother Dilamastole. If you are new here, please make sure that you subscribe and you comment. And if you are also a returning subscriber or a returning viewer, I thank you for your returning. This is one of the video that is very much interesting, and I think that it is going to touch like your emotions, because maybe some people will not want to hear this, some people will want to hear this. You see, so we have to accept that we are not going to think the same way, or we're not going to see things in the same way. Recently, Minister Leon Schreiber, Minister of Home Affairs, released the list of a critical skills, highly critical skills. What does it mean? It means that these skills are so scarce in the country, so they have to be sourced outside. By doing so, he caught fire, because many people were calling for his resignation. Many people were calling for his resignation, that he must go down, he must go to Home Affairs. He has not finished the quota in the office. People are calling him out. He must go out. There's also a partition, and then that partition now is sitting at 3,588. Yes, I think maybe is going. I think maybe is going to reach 5,000 very soon. There is this guy who's calling a petition that Leon Schreiber must go. But one thing that I want to do here, I want to do justice. I want to listen to Leon Schreiber, and I want to listen to other people, because what is being said, what people are saying, that this guy is preferring to take foreigners to the jobs. I mean, for the jobs that are available in South Africa. It doesn't mean that those jobs are available, but it is a highlight that these jobs are critical in the country. That means they are needed immediately. These kinds of skills that they put the list. And you must note this, it is not the Home Affairs who do the research about the critical skills in the country. Is a higher Department of Education. They are the one who are, even if you can go now to University of Pretoria website, you will find those critical skills, you see. So now I want us to do justice in this video, and we are going to come back and comment. But there was this interview. The Mr. Leon Schreiber did on a Biz News. I want to, but before I play that video, let me just play this video here.
SABC News. I mean, over 5,000, well, almost 5,000 visas are being issued there to foreign nationals. What is your thoughts on this?
Well, I actually think it's a good thing. And the reality is that South Africa needs to attract these skills. For many years now, many of our skilled workers and people who have been trained in South Africa have been soaked up by other countries, with people going to seek greater fortune, more money, better working conditions. It's about time that we hit back and we brought maybe some of our skilled people home again. But more importantly, we must attract international skills to South Africa. It does an enormous amount of good to our economy. It brings in not only the skills and the development, but it brings in training. And these people also come here and spend a lot of money. So we're seeing it good from all sides, and I'm hoping that Dr. Leon Schreiber, the Minister of Home Affairs, actually gets us together quickly so that we can, as a business community, employ the best in the world. And hopefully we can add conditions to it. I would be appealing for conditions such as for every skilled person that you bring in, they must give a guarantee they'll train 2 or 3 other people. And also the businesses must say that for every skilled person that we bring in, the foreigner, we'll employ maybe a dozen local workers to assist them and to learn. So it's good from every single angle. We're seeing big development, and I applaud Dr. Leon Schreiber for this. In the past, it's been so difficult to get special skilled visas. Now we need to look at it in a different light. A lot of South Africans will tell you that we see Zimbabweans working in restaurants and trades and whatever. We're not talking about those people. We're talking about people who come in with specific skills, with South Africans who don't have those skills. Obviously, one must encourage people to employ South Africans and not the foreigners if they have the skills.
Yeah, and perhaps let's talk about those skills. I mean, what are these skills which are quite critical, especially for our economy, which, 5,000 of them don't exist in South Africa?
Correct, and it's been, for instance, auditors, computer analysts, computer revolution. And quite frankly, if we don't bring these people in to help train our local market, we're going to have a problem in the future. So every skilled person you bring in, the business community will tell you that it could add another 10, 15 jobs to the market. And remember, these people earn big money, but they spend the money here. So it's good for us all around. And I must just tell you, I've been working with clients in various industries. And every time they're able to attract a foreigner in, it's grown their business. It's been a greater income tax boom for South Africa and also for our production in this country.
Michael, are you saying that, I'm hearing from this conversation that actually South Africa does have these critical skills, but it seems as if more South Africans have actually left the country, and hence why the country has had to import these skills?
Well, yes and no. Yes, in the sense that many people are coming out with skills and then saying they couldn't find a job, maybe because of employment equity, or they couldn't find a job because of their poor economy, and they look around the world. These people are all portable, they're all young, they're portable, they're highly educated, and they get offered a job at greater salary and better working conditions elsewhere. I wish they wouldn't leave and that we could offer them the salary here and we could offer the working conditions, but it's not always the case, and you can't force people to stay. But what we can do is that this is a beautiful country. It's sunny. It's a country where people want to live. We can put out a message out there to the rest of the world saying, either come home if you've left us to find a better future elsewhere, because the future is good here, or...
And then now, I want us to also to watch Dr. Leon Schreiber when he was trying to explain this situation of foreign workers that he want to open visa for them to come in the country.
As far as the points-based visas are concerned, are these for more permanent residents coming into the country, perhaps entrepreneurs and so on?
Well, the difference with the points-based work visa that we're busy designing is that this one obviously relates to someone who would actually be employed in South Africa. So the remote work visa is for someone who's got a job somewhere else. They obviously are not competing with South Africans because they're working abroad. And we're basically just inviting them to come and spend their money here at South African restaurants, South African tourism establishments, South African guest houses, and thereby contributing to job creation. The points-based work visa is for someone who is offered a job in South Africa, is offered a position here. Now, there's already mechanisms for some of that to happen. The critical skills list is one of those mechanisms that's been in place for many years, where a set of skills is identified by the Department of Higher Education, and then we say, if you are able to contribute in this space, if your company can't find a South African with the skill, then we issue you with this critical skills visa. What the points-based work visa now is set to do is to basically create additional pathways for us to attract vital skills. It will do so by enabling applicants to obtain a work visa if they can demonstrate that they are highly skilled through other ways as well. And what's really important here, Alec, is that it really unlocks the market and positions the market as a signal of what is a critical skill. Because, at the most basic level, if I offer you a salary of 2 million rand a year, I'm indicating that you are someone that I value and who has a critical contribution to make to my company, for example. So what we've done is we've looked at qualifications. The better qualified you are, the more points you will get. The higher the salary you are offered, the more points you will get. The more experienced you are, absolutely critical. The more points you will get in terms of the system. And ultimately, it will have to add up to a particular threshold, and you will then be granted that work visa. The normal other procedures will also apply. Of course, we need to, have a recent police clearance certificate. We need to still do the checks that go with work visas. But this is a really exciting reform because it enables us to really attract skills more effectively. And obviously, if your skill is on the critical skills list, you will automatically meet the threshold by definition. But now, if you are exceptionally skilled in other ways, there will also be a way for you to come and help us build the economy. People don't realize that in South Africa, only 6% of people actually have a tertiary qualification. There are economies in the world where that number is 30% or higher. And we obviously have a huge amount of work to do to increase skills within the South African economy. But one of the ways we can do that is actually by leveraging off countries that do have those skills. If you bring in one highly skilled person who's able to transfer that expertise to a group of South Africans, that's also a contribution to us enhancing skills locally. And then most exciting of all, I think, in the immediate term, is the research that shows us from National Treasury, first of all. They say that after load shedding, the shortage of skills is the second biggest constraint on the economy. And if we address that constraint, we actually will supercharge economic growth. It's quite surprising. It's not ports or railways or crime or all the other things. It's actually skills. And so that's where the space is for Home Affairs. And then secondly, researchers, including Michael Sachs, who was previously with Treasury, have estimated that if for every one highly skilled person you bring into the country, 7 to 8 new jobs are created in the South African labor market. So again, if you add up all of this potential in terms of attracting skills, capital, tourism, you see the enormous potential that Home Affairs has as an economic enabler. And what's very satisfying for me is that we are addressing every
now that being said, that we also, before we can go gun blazing to him, I think that it is very, very, very proper that we are listening to what he is saying. You see, what got me interested, he said that according to the research that he's been following, you see, that these highly skilled individuals, if they come in the country, they will open more jobs for our people. Like, let me say, he said that if you hire a one highly skilled individual, that will open at least 7 jobs. That will open at least 7 jobs. So that means if you hire these individually, what will happen is that they will increase the equity of the market, so that they will open so much gap that they will need many people to fill that gap. For example, if every highly skilled individual in his coming, there will be 5 doors for job that will be open. That means we are talking about 55,000 jobs instead of 11,000. You see, we have to see this. We have to look at this, not in a way where we are emotional, because I know that some people, let's say, some people will be emotional. Let's say, this guy, he is betraying us. But looking at his view on what his view is all about, it's all about creating more jobs for South Africans. But in order for him to create more jobs for South Africans, he will need to have this 11,000. So he can create that 11,000 highly skilled workers. They can open the market so much, maybe where we can have like a field of 100,000 people to fill their jobs, because now the market will be open so wide. And also the advantage number 2 is that when these people are coming in the country, what will happen is that they will have other people that will train them. Now you will be taking his skill for free from this person, rather than having to get his skill in a way that is very, very much expensive. It is an academic way. So if this is an engineer, he will meet other engineers and transfer the skill to other engineers without those engineers having to go back to school or sit on the desk, sit on the 6 months in order for them to get that information that guy has. So we having these highly skilled foreign workers. We are going to beat 2 birds with 1 stone. Because first of all, they are going to increase the equity of the market. So that means there will be more jobs for South Africans. And also, what they will do also, they will transfer skill free. Of course, they will be paid for working, but one of the requirements is that you will have someone who is from South Africa, and then we will make sure that when you leave South Africa, when you leave South Africa, that skill does not live with you. You left that skill to many people as you can. And another thing that I want us to look, you see, many people of South African, they have been taking about Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, I think, is one of the biggest contributors now in taking people, especially nurses and engineers. They are taking them like nobody's business. Why they are doing so? Because in Saudi Arabia, that is a critical skill that is being needed. So I want us to look at this data here. In the United Kingdom, we are having South Africans around about 217,180. These are the highly skilled South Africans that are living there. In Australia, you have about 206,000 and 730. You see, also in the United States of America, you have 139,332. You see, these are this list I'm going to post here. And also in New Zealand, you have 71,382,000 of people. You see, also in Canada, you have 51,000 and 590,000 people. This is that the list that I got to Business Tech. Those are the highly skilled South Africans. You see that many countries are absorbing South Africans. There was an interview. There is this lady who liked to do like the interview for payslip. He was interviewing a guy who is in Saudi Arabia. I hope that I can find just a small clip for that guy. That guy, he is there in Saudi Arabia. He said that, I listened to that interview to the ladder. He said that in Saudi Arabia, they have been treated like they come from America. South Africans are being treated like they come from the West. You see? Because South Africa is regarded as one of the highly developed countries. So when a highly skilled worker who comes from South Africa, he will be like he's coming from America. You see? So these countries are absorbing South African highly skilled people. And by doing so, they are making sure that their economy stay powerful. You see, these countries are the most powerful countries. Ireland, Portugal, Netherlands, Canada, those countries are absorbing South African skills. So now I begin to understand the point of Leon Schreiber when he is saying that, no, the reason why we are doing this, because we want to open the equity of the market. So I think now we have to give this guy a chance. In my opinion, we have to give this guy a chance and to implement what he is talking about. And also, there's another interesting thing that he is opening also. But nobody's talking about it. We only jump to this 11,000, and then we say that DA is like betraying us now. Is betraying us. But I don't look in that way. The way I'm looking at in my perspective, I'm looking at it in the way that, okay, this guy is trying to open a big hole for jobs. Let's say now he is taking. We are not saying that there are no skilled people in South Africa. There are skilled people in South Africa, but many of them are not in the land. And also that list will make other people come back in South Africa, because that portal was not being open for them. You see, and I also to listen also to Morning Shots, and there was a South African guy who was also responsible for engineering in Quebec. You see, Quebec plant, but now he is back again. I think now he's on his 70s now. He's very old, but that guy is a working machine. And then also UK called him, and he and UK gave him. You see, they take all the knowledge of that guy for 26 years. That guy is a South African. Now he is back now in South Africa. You see, so that person, he has made UK better, and then he has opened doors for more and more job creation in that country. You see, so guys, what do you think about this? Do you think that we have to let Leon Schreiber do this, and we must stop him by all costs? And if we stop him by all costs, we get that small 11,000 people here in the land who are qualified but not experienced enough to do the task. I'm not saying that South African are not qualified. Most young people are qualified, but do they have experience to execute certain tasks in that field that will require highly skilled, that will require some of the things you don't read in the textbook, but they are required. So guys, just let me know, what do you think about this? Do you think this is a betrayal, or what do you think about this? What do you think about this? And last, one of the things that this guy, the thing that I was saying that we are not talking about, that he said that he is also opening a remote work visa. I think that remote work visa is already published now. One of the things that he's saying, that he said that these people who are working remotely, they can come and live in South Africa for 6 months. By them living in South Africa for 6 months, that means they are going to spend their money in the land. They are going to spend everything here in the land. They are going to ride in our Ubers. They are going to eat in our restaurant. They are going to want to see the culture of South Africa. By doing that, they will be spending money. And then these people are working in another country, but they are paid in dollars, in euros, in yen. So they will be staying here in the country, and meanwhile working remotely. So guys, I think this thing we have to not to be emotional, but we have to look them very, very critical. Okay guys, thank you very much. If you are new here, make sure that you like and you subscribe. Make sure that you voice your opinion in the comment section. Thank you very much.